welcome back to another GBL burial. Today we're featuring Cobalion and Ampharos. This Cobalion is going to be running the Stone Edge and Sacred Sword. And let's see what we see initially here. We're going to be having a positive matchup here. This Umbreon has no super effective moves. It technically could have a Psychic, which would be neutral. Let's see what they end up throwing here. Oh, they do have Psychic. Yeah, the Psychic tickles, and then we end up throwing... Oh, GG's right there. I guess they thought the Psychic was one-hit KO, a Ultra League Cobalion. Not sure what they were thinking there. All right, easy win right there. They had initially a really tanky team. Maybe they just were unaware that Psychic didn't do that much damage. So we are running the Cobalion, Ampharos, and Cresselia. The Cresselia is a general pretty good safe switch in Ultra League, and we're pairing it with the Ampharos, which is a little bit spicier, but because of the initial Volt Switch advantage we get if we switch in like that, it generally does pretty well. So it takes 3 Volt Switches to get to the Thunder Punch here. They CMP tie us right on the 3rd Volt Switch, so nice timing by my opponent right there. We tanked the first Blast Burn. Okay, it wasn't CMP. I guess it didn't register. So here we try to build up to 2. They throw on CMP. We know this is Dragon Claw. This Dragon Claw would take us out. So now we're just gonna put them to the test. Are we going to get 2 shields or any shields? Let's find out. Okay, they decided to let it go, which is great for us because now we have this Ampharos with at least one more move. That Brutal Swing is going to be able to do super effective to this Giratina. A little bit of a chip damage, which is nice. We just noticed that their Giratina is running Dragon Breath. So Dragon Breath Giratina is not going to be as effective against our Cresselia. This Cresselia is going to come back in, and because of the residual Psycho Cuts, we can just go for a Moonblast, because one Moonblast wouldn't KO at this range, but we're expecting a shield. So once we get this Moonblast out of the way, and they're probably going to shield. Let's find out. Yep, there's the shield. Now the next Moonblast potentially could be taking them out, because the Moonblast does roughly 50%, not exactly, probably right under 50%. So with the combination of them only knowing Dragon Breath and not doing super effective fast move damage, we know that we can tank at least 2 more Dragon Claws here. We're gonna tank this next Dragon Claw, apply the pressure to this next one. Remember, they only have 1 shield here, so we're gonna apply full pressure. We either get this extremely low where we can switch on and counter it down, or not counter it, double kick it down, or we get this last shield. So now we make them make a decision. Are they gonna make the switch, or are they gonna use energy on the Giratina? So they decided to go there, and we have a really good matchup here. We have 1 shield advantage. We're going to be able to get to this Sacred Sword pretty quickly here. This one is not going to KO. Probably does about 40% damage right there. These double kicks are doing most of the work. Potentially this could be an Earthquake. I'm pretty sure we survived Earthquake, so because it's not Shadow 2, so we decided not to shield that one. And then because we were able to get to another Sacred Sword, we're going to be able to take it out. So more reason not to even shield, because we were going to be able to take it out with the next Sacred Sword. Okay, GG's right there to our opponents. That Charizard switch in. Maybe if they double shielded, they would have been able to flip the game, but they decided to let it go. So yeah, Cobalion, it is Ultra League. It is kind of expensive. It is a legendary. You got to buy 2 moves on, and paired with the Cresselia, also a legendary. That's just the nature of the beast in Ultra League. So we got a Mirror Cobalion. Okay, a little bit of lag there, but it did recover. So they throw the initial Sacred Sword. This Sacred Sword is gonna do like 30%, 40%. Yeah, and then we decided to throw after them, because in my mind we have 2 things relatively okay against it, especially with the Cresselia. We can at least catch, and we switch in to catch this non-effective Sacred Sword here, so let's see what... Oh, okay. Trevenant in the back is pretty bad for basically our entire team. This is a core breaker for our entire team. Good thing we discover it right now. They go for the Shadow Ball. We decide to shield, and then we throw our Moonblast here. At this point, because we're kind of triple weak to this thing, I'm trying to ship this thing as far down as possible. They're going to be able to get to another Shadow Ball here. So we decide to not throw the Moonblast because it was going to be a CMP tie. And just in case we survive, we will be able to throw it. And unfortunately, we die with the entire Moonblast. So not ideal. Now, kind of in a sticky situation here. We know that they have no energy, and then we know that we can get to the Stone Edge before they get to a big Shadow Ball. So that's why we decided to go for this Cobalion here. So unfortunately, my Cobalion has no energy. They decide to come in again with their Cobalion. The Cobalion has only shown that they have Sacred Sword. Will we decide to shield this? No, we tank the Stone Edge, and we get the farm down. So probably have something weak to, not necessarily. So this is going to be tough with 2 shields against that Giratina. Yeah, they're just going to shield down. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to have enough bulk. Maybe if I was running Dragon Pulse. If we were running Dragon Pulse, maybe we would have had a chance at this thing, but we're just not going to be able to outbulk it at this health. And I don't think this is going to be a win for us. But let's see what happens here. We are probably going to shield here just to see what happens. Will we try to catch? I mean, we still are far away from... Oh, we actually survived by a sliver of health, ensuing that we get this last shield. But because our Cobalion has no energy, and we have to get to a Stone Edge, this is probably... Yeah, this is GG's. Unfortunate that their backline had a Trevenant. They had double Ghost in the back. And Trevenant was triple good against our team. So even though we caught a move and we tried our best to wiggle away out of that situation, that Trevenant was just a little too strong for our entire team, to be honest. Alright. If anything, we have to make sure that if we see like a Charizard or something, that the Ampharos tries to... we try to see the Ampharos on the Charizard, because this team is also kind of vulnerable to Charizard. Okay, so here we're trying to sneak in a Volt Switch. Okay, so they throw the Dark Pulse. We decided to shield because we want to kind of keep this Ampharos alive. We go for the Thunder Punch here. They decide not to shield. Okay, so we know that the Ultra League Skunk Tank could have Flamethrower, Crunch. It's looking like it's having Poison Jab as a fast move. Let's see what we do here. We're not going to shield. Okay, it ends up being the Crunch. And lucky for us, we are able to get to another Thunder Punch here. This Thunder Punch, is it going to threaten a shield? It does threaten a shield, which is good for us. We immediately switch out because we do not want to be farmed down. That would just give him more energy. And we're going to tank this. So it could potentially know Sludge Bomb as well. Okay, so they go for the Crunch. They're probably running Sludge Bomb. Alright, they come back in with their Cofagrigus. This is kind of a sticky situation because not only is this Cofagrigus a Ghost type good against our Cobalion, but we also have a Cresselia in the back. This Cresselia, unfortunately, is also weak to it. So let's see, we shield here. We do decide to shield this Shadow Ball, which is really good because we want to show the effective moves here. We go for the bait. This is the key here. Can we get a bait and this last shield so we can take out this Cofagrigus so our Cresselia can run rain? Alright, so we do end up getting to this bait, but unfortunately, they get to another Shadow Ball, I believe. We barely survive, and we die on the move. So brutal. We die right on the move, and we decided to catch right there. This was also a key. We had to make a game-saving catch right here. We we catch a Shadow Ball, which is going to allow us to... Oh, it's going to allow us to try to farm down the Skunk Tank. And we get the full farm down. That is huge. So we have 100 energy on this Cresselia. This Cresselia is loaded with energy. We know that their Cobagrigas would be switch locked, number one. And number two, it only has a little bit of energy, so we can throw probably a little bit of charge moves at that Cobagrigas. But unfortunately for them, this Primarina is not going to be able to outpace us here. We are going to be able to get to 2 Grass Knots, because remember, their Cobagrigas is in the back almost. Potentially out of move, probably like 4 Shadow Claws away from the next move. So lucky for us, we did end up making that game-saving catch right there, and we wiggled away out of that situation. GG's to our opponent right there. And the Cresselia, even though it was going to be weak to that Cobagrigas, ends up farming down the Stun Tank and taking out all 3 remaining Pokemon. Beast! It was a beast of a Pokemon back there. Alright, well, let's see what we have here. Cobalion versus a Alolan Mug, purified by the way. Okay, they decided to switch, and then we decided to switch into our Cresselia. So we anticipate that this Haxorus is going to be running a counter. So we go into our Cresselia, we resist the counters as the fast move, but we're going to be taking these Breaking Swipes, which debuffs our attack. I don't even know if this debuffed Moonblast towards this Haxorus would KO, but they don't let us find out. They decided to shield. So their major damage right now is from the charge moves. The Breaking Swipe is going to keep debuffing us, and we're just going to keep going for this Moonblast, probably trying to get shields or heavy damage. I guess at this point we're thinking about what we're gonna do to this remaining Haxorus. Remember, it does know this counter as a fast move, so we will be taking super effective damage if we come in with our Cobalion. But at this point, that might be our only choice. So we actually end up getting triple debuff. They go for another Breaking Swipe. So at this point, they're probably energy dry, so that makes us think that we can get to this Sacred Sword before they get to another Breaking Swipe. Indeed, that's what's happened, but they have no shield, so this is just going to be a good old-fashioned 2-shield Ampharos game, probably. Let's see. Oh, interesting. So they decided to come in with a Heracross. Ultra League Heracross is kind of nice. We have 2 shields, we might as well use it now. This could be bad if they went for the close combat right there. So we know that this is running Poison Jab, probably Dark Pulse, but we don't know if the last one. It could be Sludge Wave, it could be the Acid Spray. We're going to find out. And we have to throw Thunder Punches here because the Brutal Swing would be resisted. We need to get to 1 more Thunder Punch. We have a shield. Will we invest a shield with this attack here? They decided to go for the Acid Spray, so they try to bait us right there. And unfortunately for them, we are trying to wiggle ourselves out of here. Oh, they actually threw the move right when we had a sliver of health. So we decided to shield to preserve the health and then counter down with their Cobalion, because the Ampharos would have a move available for this Heracross. And at that point, we were hoping, because we decided to shield, that Ampharos had more than 1 health. If you didn't know, if you shield and the attack still comes in, it still does 1 HP of damage. So we did get lucky enough that our Ampharos had more than 1 health. We were able to switch out immediately. We forced them to throw a Rock Blast here. They undercharged, but unlucky for them, we already had 2 Thunder Punches available. The Thunder Punch should be able to take this Heracross out, and boom! What a game right there. Still really, really close matches in the last 2 games right there. Check out this team. Consider running the Cobalion, Ampharos, and Cresselia.